Welcome to DiceSized and welcome back to Wish Hunter. This is a D&D audio adventure podcast where we tell bite-sized dice rolled twice told stories. This is me, your DM and friend, Robert Whitehead. With me, as always, is my lovely table of friends and family here. Let's get back at it. First, we have, of course, G.
Hey, it's G, playing Parable and holding the good book close as I am looking at an ominous scene in the stars, sharing it with my good friends and hoping for the best.
A lot of cryptic messages from the good book, and it was another poetic sunset as you guys all just took the time to be there and understood that no matter the riddles, no matter the words glowing within the book, no matter anything, the events of fate and history are upon you.
It feels like that. It really does.
And you're just a little guy out here, Parable.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of stories in me, but I'm just a little guy.
Well, you are surrounded in story today, Parable. And before we get to what that story is, we of course have Maya.
Hey, it's Maya. You can call me Maya. What's better than a checklist? Fucking fate, man. Can't go wrong with a little bit of fate. A little bit of sprinkled fate.
Ain't fate just a checklist? We all get in the same place eventually.
True, but it's like, right, but you don't even have to check it off. It just gets checked off.
You're right. You're right.
It is quite literally a loophole.
The sun will come up tomorrow. I don't know if you need rights to that.
But very excited. Also sweating.
Yes. And we will see if the sun comes up tomorrow because there are events unfolding as such we have never seen. The world is breaking apart. Physics itself are struggling to hold things together. And the astral plane is filling in the gaps. Just like the other person who fills in the gaps of my life, my lovely wife, Savannah.
Sav here. You impress me every time with your segue for me.
Thank you.
I'm stuck between two cheeky little entrances to share Cassie's energy. Cassie is hoping, but not optimistic, that she can girl math her way out of this one. Now that science looks a little different.
Awesome girl math intro. Loved it. Yeah.
But also, you can call me Cassie, or you can call me the goddaughter.
The
Fuck yes.
Yeah, incredible. Cassie's CV is looking tight. Dragon Rider, goddaughter.
WHW3, the goddaughter.
It writes itself. Am I right?
It does.
Hello.
And that's on fate.
And that's on fate. You know what? I think Zin is overtired or something, because just dismissing a checklist in lieu of fate does not really strike me as something.
Seriously, Zin, do you have a fever?
She's got a few too many days without her 9 frozen blueberry breakfast, and
she always has a fever. It's called Akuma.
Well, now my fucking dad's here, so what do you want from me, man? I'm just hanging on.
I don't know if I ever actually confirmed it. You did just immediately assume based on the sound that you heard. Yeah, but
so, you think the leader isn't with them?
You think we could get Zin to smoke weed?
Totally.
Definitely.
She fucking needs it.
I think Esther would have made that intro. She could have.
No, she definitely probably tried. Probably.
So unlike Fate, which writes itself, this recap did not. So I'm going to read that now. On to that. Last time ever, firstborn of living wishes was vanquished. Crystalline webbing disintegrated, and the glorious sounds of life returned to the valley once more. Zin, still smoking from her transformation, returned Akuma to serpentine form. Parable, silver-veined and shaken, clutched the bottle of Atem's breath, unsure whether to open it or run. Cassie brought them all in for a group hug. Below, the world was still, as if holding its breath. And above, the star moved. In a moment of shared insight, all three of our heroes felt the cosmos shifting around them. The star that stands still was still no longer. Solaris, the frozen shooting star, trembled, fractured, and split. A third living wish fell from the heavens, hurtling towards the lands of fortune, where even maps feared to tread. Cassie's journal whispered of threes. The third living wish had come, and with it, the next great wishing was set to begin. Cassie, wreathed in divinatory magics, felt sign once more within her mind. In her voice lingered a mother's love. I'm sorry, and good luck. To protect the valley, the Wish Hunters became Dominari, casting their spells together. slow fire shield and reincarnation, not as weapons, but as a promise to hold the world together for one moment longer as it tried to fall apart. The sky shimmered, the ground around them shook, but held, and still they wondered, what now? As the stars began to fall, so too did those who sought them appear. And as the sky falls upon you all now, the Aelin Solari of Domi, the Starcallers, marched from the west and now rise into the sky. And from the east, the Starwatch Tower hands and their sages descend from the starry horizon. The next great wishing has begun. We rejoin our heroes now as the sky is full, and we are going to get right into initiative, everyone.
No.
No. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, same thing.
Bluetooth connected. Bloop, bloop.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
I will give you some time to acclimate to the immense
Okay.
situation as you have a sky full of chaos. These wishes aren't falling directly towards you. They're kind of swirling around the world, and every once in a while they drop. So what you have above you is only a few within hand's reach. And there is truly such a varying degree of where these wishes are within the sky that first come, first serve holds a ton of power here. And you can see both the Starcallers, the Aelin Solari to the west from Domi, are racing just as hard as the Starwatch sages to the east.
Can we squeeze in an action before initiative?
Depending on what it is, I would let you argue for one.
I would love to animate my constellation shield.
Yes, 110%. You tell me what that looks like as mechanically an animated shield, but driven from what and from how?
Yeah, so typically it requires a bonus action to animate, but it's essentially a shield that hovers in my space to protect me as if I were wielding it and leaves my hands free. And essentially, I would love for it to look like almost like a void of dark space with starlight flecks in it. I think it would be really cool if it sort of was disorienting to any potential threats who were looking at us as a group, or me specifically, to just see some strange like black hole of space and
So
starlight
fucking cool.
near my person.
So awesome. Yeah, it's as if you hold on to a bit of the blessing that you felt from your mother, and you capture a little bit of the stars themselves to bring down at your side. Not all stars are set out to kill this world. Some are meant to protect, and you harness those ones.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other stuff you guys want to squeeze in right beforehand?
I would say that Zin definitely took a minute esoteric rite while holding her friend's hands and staring at the sky to get back a pack slot.
Fuck yeah, we
Yay.
love flavor with function.
So I'm rocking not one, but 2 pack slots.
Speaking of flavor, I do think that moment probably feels like an antithesis to what you felt when you sucked in the wish drinker. I would imagine like a lot of smokers, I imagine smoke because what their body really wants is like a deep breath. Like they go outside and it's like, oh, this air feels nice. And like similarly, you get the deep breath equivalent to the rush of an addictive power.
Yeah, like a Kuma's breath. Like I get a little bit of, oh, let's fucking do this.
Fucking right.
She's high.
A little bit of destruction.
A little bit of
Let's
extra
go.
oxygen. I can fucking fly, guys.
We're good.
That's right.
All right. I'll ask you if I can do this. I have now Nistul's magic aura.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The textual of this, the text of this spell is when with a touch you place an illusion on a willing creature or an object that isn't being worn or carried. So I can do this to a creature or an object. A creature gains the mask effect. The mask effect is choose a creature type other than the target's actual type. Spells and other magical effects that treat the target as if it were a creature of the chosen type.
Cool.
For a false aura, you change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects that detect magical auras, such as detect magic. You can make a non-magical object appear magical, make a magic item appear non-magical, or change the object's aura so that it appears to belong to a school of magic you choose. And I was thinking, to turn and place a hand on Raya
Okay.
and darken her stars
Cool.
and have her appear not as a celestial wish to any detect magic, but more so this type of magic.
Interesting. I think she takes over as her body just like captures the energy of the spell, and she looks like Soraya. She looks like a wizard. She looks like the wizard Luck.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is bad news for me. This is real bad news for Cassie.
Yeah, and I think it's in Parable's hand reaches out in front of him. He sees Silverine, all these threats around us, this connectivity to the nature he hasn't felt before, and he turns and looks at Raya and places a hand on her shoulder, planning on doing probably a warding bond like he had before. But this time, this other magic came out, and it softens her glow and her stars into this new form, and she gains the benefit of these effects.
I think once more it is startlingly like Soraya, but it's more just a similar looking astral elf to you, Cassie, as you feel like you have a sister in the flesh now.
We really look like sisters now.
Oh wow.
I didn't really mean to do that. I felt protective.
I suddenly have deja vu as she like holds her hand up in her vision at the sky, and you can see that like she's experiencing this like kind of time dilated moment.
There's a piece of me, half of me knows that this will keep you hidden in a way. I don't want to subdue who you are, but
No, this is good. I think I feel, if you don't mind me saying it, looks around for Lemillion. I think I feel like a wish hunter. Like this.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll have you.
It's time to hunt wishes.
yes.
Let's see those initiatives, and then I will talk mechanics.
17 for Cassie.
16.
13 for Zen.
Love it. As we enter this fight, you guys can act as your own unit, but we're using special mechanics. And as I talk about those, keep in mind of what kind of units you might want to make. Saphandria, Gloom, and Glimmer all count as their own unit in this fight to come, but as well as the Starcallers and the Starwatch Sage Monks both have units themselves, and I will talk about that a little bit now. I am using some butchered rules that show up on Not Another D&D podcast. Murph uses them to run a fantastic big warfare rule, but they originally come from Matt Colville. And I've modified them even further just for our use case, but it essentially comes down to having units compete on a battlefield, and each unit has a power, a toughness, and a morale. The unit breaks when any of those three drops to 0. The battle dynamics work like this. Units act in contested D6 rolls against one another to determine success. So some of these units have an ability to affect that D6 roll. But in addition to that, they can also make attacks equal to their power each round. So you can engage with a unit and do attacks equal to the power of that unit. And then at the end of that engagement, you'll both roll D6s to see who won that engagement, regardless of what the damage and how that came out. Speaking of damage, each successful unit attack deals 10 flat damage to the target. Could be you, could be another unit. Every 20 damage dealt reduces a target unit's power and toughness by 1. So that is foreseeably how you start whittling down the offensive and defensive power of these units by doing some damage. There, of course, are other ways to interact with them through the D&D mechanics. Additionally, some units have a way to affect morale. If you're at a morale of 2 or lower, the squad rolls a d6, and on a 2 or lower, the squad breaks. So morale, you can actually break before it reaches 0. Speaking of morale, I do have a couple ways that the enemy units can affect morale, but for you guys, you'll be able to interact with it like with an intimidation check. If you do a bunch of damage, or if you do something insanely heroic, intimidation check, and we'll treat that in the same way as a way to reduce morale by a point or 2.
I knew we should have practiced our end zone dances.
You're so right.
But yeah, so essentially we have a system where each unit has some attacks and a d6, and we're going to roll those d6 to see who wins in those engagements. But more than anything, feel free to interact with us through your D&D mechanics and command a unit. So what do you guys think as Saphandria, Gloom, and Glimmer all move to rise? Saphandria pauses for but a moment and looks to you all.
Table talk, my thought is dragons go after the living wishes and like collect as much as they can, and we can go after units.
Good idea.
One of us could lead the dragons, and my vote would be Cass. Would they need like a leader, or could they be a unit by themselves?
Well, so each of
They're
them could
each a
be
unit.
they're each an individual. So you could all
But we could each man a unit, I think, might
With a
be
dragon.
Yes.
what the intent was.
Yes. Otherwise, you
Okay,
could kind of coach all of the units strategically and kind of give me like an idea of how to play them. You know, classic DM NPC
Like we could
style,
sort of
or-
coach them as characters from afar, stay separate, but sort of
Yes.
give them guidance to do,
Correct.
take
And
action.
one strategy part of this that might affect that decision is the wishfall mechanics that I have here.
Gotcha.
You can, in lieu of going for one of your attacks, go instead to capture or catch a falling star. You will make a D6 roll, DC 5, and additional attacks spent on that will lower that DC by 1.
Cool. So what are the units that we have right now? Are the dragons, and how do you have everybody up?
Each of the 3 dragons is a unit, and we can also operate as individuals, but command a unit.
Oh,
I think each of us should either choose to ride a dragon and command it as a unit, or choose a dragon to command from the ground while they go off.
awesome.
I think so.
I also just want to note that this is Papaya's home ground, and he's got family.
Yeah.
And we could, if there's any unit that's going after living wishes in the area in this clearing that we made, I think Papaya should be part of that group.
But if he's on the ground, the living wishes are falling, right?
They're like orbiting.
I think that is a great objective for Team Pavilion, and additionally Chorus, as Chorus is making good friends with Lemillion Lodestar and Volano. Still practicing those 3 and making them distinct. As well as Dapple. I think that team is the team that spreads out along the forest to usher in these wishes that I imagine as they fall, they look like similar to Raya, like just a refracted bit of light when you saw her up in the crystal cavern roof long ago. Now you have a sky full of those, and I think a ground team to keep those guys collected makes a lot of
Ground
sense.
team
Which has Papaya and has Dapple, who
So Dapple's riding Papaya, and
knows the lay of the land.
yeah, they're doing their thing on the ground.
Domain vibes too.
Cool. So you guys stick with the dragons in this moment of decision. You all kind of look to one another, and Dapple says, "I'll do the best I can down here if you do the best you can up here. Lemillion, I could use your help. Is it a date?
Lemillion, you're a bottom button bro now.
I'm fucking terrified right now, man." He whispers to you as quietly as he can, but quite loudly.
just get up on there.
Okay, I'm doing it.
get up on it to get up on it. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go,
Shit.
let's go, coward, and grabs Volano and brings him up after him.
Attaboy.
As Chorus, who joins, and Dapple leads them all along the way.
This will be good too. I think being with or near the dragons will get us within range for a lot of attacks too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm leaning on just riding dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a cool moment where like we're unspokenly doing this, looking at the dragons. We just start talking to the rest of the group and saying, Papaya, take care of the group. Big P, I know we accomplished a lot today. But if you have any chance to get in touch with your family or friends to help us, it'd be great to see you, buddy. Yeah,
As it takes off, you hear the of its footsteps that go down the side of this very steep hillside and back to the base of the valley. As you all have Saphandria, Glimmer, and Gloom that seem to be again instinctually rising to this, and they look to you to see if you will join them in this moment of indecision. Raya also stays by your side, Cassie, and I think nudges everyone towards the dragons and says, "I think it's time."
Are you going to fly yourself, Raya?
I don't think I can. I've kind of tapped from earlier, so I might have to do it the good old-fashioned way, and moves to climb on Saphandria.
Cool.
My vote is Cassie on Sephi, Zin on Grata.
Gloom, yeah.
Yeah, and you get Glimmer because he's the smallest.
So we're all on the same boat. Okay. Yeah, because Gloom got a little bigger with the wish dress. So we've got 3 varying sized dragons, and Parable, of course, walks up to the smallest in a moment of the fear of heights, the fear of all those things behind him that he's overcome in the moment. He's going to go up to Glimmer and very respectfully and slowly walk up and place a hand on his snout. And he's going to say, let's show these motherfuckers what faith looks like.
Parable language.
As Glimmer seems to be so focused on the sky until you kind of startle it awake. And you can see that unlike his name, Glimmer seems to be a little bit more of the downtrodden one. And if anything, has a little bit of a lilt in its shoulders as it doesn't quite believe in itself. And you really bolster its spirits there. Give me a charisma check here. Persuasion, if you'd like.
That is a dirty 20.
Glimmer's power goes up by 1.
Awesome.
Wow.
So Glimmer goes with Parable. Gloom goes grata, grata, as Zin approaches. And you hop on, and Savandria bows and holds herself as still as she can in this moment where she's just trying to fly, and looks to you, Cassie.
Do I just give her a nod? Like, is it okay? I'm climbing on. Are you ready?
You can feel her more in her mind, just the acceptance.
I scramble on up with Raya and we sort of get ready for liftoff.
Savandria is big enough where it's actually helpful to have the extra hand as you kind of boost Raya up, and Raya is able to lift you up. All of you are tapped from quite a battle. All of you have been flying through the air long enough to the point where it might just be nice to stay on the ground for a while, but once more you must ascend and take to the skies. And I think before we start, if you guys do want to just give a quick read off of your power, toughness, morale, and any special abilities that you have for your squad.
Savandria has a power of 5, a toughness of 6, and morale of 6. She has effects or features or abilities called Reality Bending Roar, Starborn Guardian, and Made for this. I'm sure we'll see what those do in action.
Zin is on the back of Gloom, who has a power of 2, toughness of 3, and a morale of 5. He's got some features here. One is very fitting, called Shadow Blink. We've got Wistful Reflection and Hard to Target.
Glimmer has a power of 2, a toughness of 3, and a morale of 5, with the abilities of Flash of Hope, Wistful Reflection, and Loss Penalty.
And of course, I will not tell you the full details of the units that I'm rocking with, but I will tell you that you are not the first to move here. And first up is Aelin.
God damn it.
Solari. Aelin.
I mean, it sucks that it slaps.
Okay, thank you. As they fly in, everyone give me a perception check.
A 12.
17 for Cassie.
24 for Parable.
24 is the only one to see it, but I'll allow Parable to call it out to all 3 of you. Parable, what do you say as you...
It's Brick that notices, I think.
What Brick notices is a face or a shape or a voice that you felt, but from this far away, you had no idea that you'd notice it this quickly. Amongst the Starcallers... Igor.
No! I knew you were going to do this to me. I knew.
Why would you assume it's your dad? Oh, it'll just be 10 times worse.
Oh my God, I actually
you have his sword, bro.
I know.
You have his sword. We're going to fuck him up.
I know,
If
I think.
Fuck.
Rob.
You're going to make me kill my friend? You're going to make me kill my friend, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, I signed up for this. I fucking signed up for this. I'd do this willingly. For fun and whimsy.
You're in the distance.
1, 2, 3.
Don't worry, guys.
Let him
This
get
guy
to
can't
4.
fucking count. Don't worry. He'll start over after 10.
And...
That's so fucking rude of you, Rob.
And-
That's so
to
rude.
Igor's side.
No, don't. I'm going to buy a gun.
No!
Oh, fuck me.
She would never.
No!
Questioning.
I think
The
she's
Kool-Aid was strong. The Kool-Aid was strong.
You can see that
she better be shocked when she sees that Zin's alive, okay? She better fall out of the sky to her perilous death when she sees Zen is alive.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Get you a friend group who.
Hope you wrote that into your plans, Mr. Dungeon Master.
Roll for intimidation. Morale is low.
Parable does the angriest backflip he has ever done.
Oh my God.
Look how many backflips I can do, boy.
You can see that they fly at the back of the pack.
Yeah, they do.
Ahead of them are other Aelin Solari of Lantern class. So they're at like the back of this pack of what are essentially the infantry of Starcallers. At the head is not your father.
Mm-hmm.
And even with your check, you do recognize and notice her. She's a very severe looking woman that you might have been a couple years younger, who I would imagine the relationship would have been like freshman in high school, senior in high school, and she has it all together. She was one of your father's favorites. Her name is Alita Dario, and she is leading this pack of Starcallers.
She sounds hideous.
Get you a best friend who? Lita. Motherfucking Lita up in this bitch. I swear to God. She wanted my dad. She got my dad. And hopefully this means that my dad is dead.
You have a memory of her telling you, how many fucking times do I need to tell you that it's Alita?
Lita?
Alita.
Lita?
Then having a canonical history of just never being able to connect.
Alita. Hey, Lita, how are you?
As they fly in, do you guys do anything to try to get their attention?
Spit.
Oh my fucking God.
No, actually, Zen is agape. Zen is...
I still haven't caught up.
Zen is like rubbing her eyes and looking and checking and looking away and looking back and like was fully expecting to see her dad and is like, oh shit. All my hopes and dreams squandered, squashed.
Fuck. Okay, well.
No, there's still hope. If anything, Zen is delusional and she is going to try to turn them. She's gonna.
You can see that they don't go for immediate combat. They just head straight for the wishes, as they are going to all spend all of their actions and attacks on trying to capture as many living wishes as they can.
Let them.
Do I see how far away they are?
I'm going to say within 60 to 90 feet.
Okay. I'm going to make sure that I hold the lucky pen blade as high as possible on the hill.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
As you hold the luck blade in the air, I think give me a persuasion or intimidation check.
I'm going to do a persuasion check, and that's a dirty 20. 18 on the die.
You tell me how this actually appears exactly.
I think if we were to measure the reflection angle in the starlight, if Igor were to be able to see into the blade, it was reflecting Zin's face.
As you hold the blade aloft, I think it is a perfect movement to reflect light in Igor's eyes, catching starlight and pointing it up towards Igor's eyes. I'm going to make a opposed charisma-based check to basically try to save against this effect. With a dirty 20, he'll need a 17 on the die. With a 7 on it, it is definitely not enough, and you see one of the Starcallers, Igor specifically, falter on his way to collect a star.
Good.
That's a perfect segue for my question, which might be silly, but can we understand the intent of these groups as they seek out these falling wishes? Like, are they trying to destroy, collect, absorb?
Give me a history or insight check.
It's a nat 1 insight. Anyone else?
Dirty 20.
Better my 14.
With a dirty 20 on insight, you are definitely able to tell why Domi is here. Domi is fading, and if your dad's not here, then it must be really bad.
Right, because he'd have to stay behind.
He'd have to stay behind, and he'd send out, first in command, and that seems to be Alita Dario.
Lita Domino.
Named for the Domino Valley, I bet. And I think with that dirty 20, you also can kind of pick up on why Starwatch is here, probably for similar reasons, if not more scientific plans, I guess. Like,
Okay.
you know that essentially what your community does is feed that energy to the Holy Light, and the Holy Light protects you. You can't assume that's the exact same mechanism, but you can assume that they want the same ammo that Starwatch uses, and both are doomsday prepping for this era of great wishing that is upon them. The more wishes they have, the better their chances and their odds.
I think Zen would say, like, these groups are here for selfish reasons. They don't have the greater good in mind and therefore must be destroyed.
Akuma's like, yes.
But physically, how are they, like, what are they approaching the living wishes to do? Are they trying to destroy them, collect them, absorb them?
That's a good question. I think likely contain, probably through different means.
So take them home. Okay.
And they're all kind of lambs to slaughter. The slaughter doesn't come immediately. You got to keep some for the winter.
They're going to take them, harness the power, use them.
So mechanic question, if hypothetically we were to destroy a unit that has already collected living wishes, are those living wishes back on the table?
Yes.
Incredible.
Great question.
So just to give you guys the stakes of this battle a little bit before we fully get into it, as the Starcallers move to capture these wishes, I want you to know that mechanically when they capture one wish fall, they're capturing a cluster of living wishes, same as you will. But we'll roll at the end of this to see how many total wishes each faction has captured, and that will affect your survivability as like if you want to send money home to the two wells so you make sure they get through the Great Wishing, you better make sure you have a surplus of these things that fall. Even if you don't want to use them unethically, their power is what will get you alive and through this catastrophe to come. As the Starcallers move to capture these wishes, they have, with Igor having fallen back from the group and unwilling to take his attacks, a total of 7 rolls to capture these wishes. As the Aelin Solari Ascendant, Alita Dario, and the 3 acolytes that she like kind of whips in front of herself that she seems to have cast fly upon, but are like whipping ahead as if they don't have control over the fly and are just kind of like meat shields in front of her, as she uses them right now as an air brake more than anything to fly up and through the sky and gain as much altitude as she can as quickly as possible and near one of these glowing, glimmering, fracturing bits of prismatic light. This one seems to be falling like more like a snowflake rather than a streaking line of light to catch. As she nears, these will be her rolls to catch it with a power of 4.
So she's rolling 7 dice.
4, and then the Aelin Solari unit behind her will roll an additional 3.
Got it.
She just went raw at all of these and failed with 3 of them, but succeeded with a 6 on 1 of them. So she does capture 1 wish cluster.
Wait, was that token within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, I think they passed kind of close with that.
Could I use
your reaction?
The reaction, if I can do this, is using your channel divinity. You can interrupt a creature. It's called Drink Wish. So I thought it was appropriate. You use channel divinity to interrupt a creature you see within 30 feet, casting a spell. I'm not sure if that would work with the fly spell that they use, but you can use a reaction and present your holy weapon or symbol and interrupt it. The spell fails and has no effect to a maximum of the 6th level spells. When it does, you gain 2 temporary hit points plus 5 times the spell's level.
I did say they were marching, and I did say that they take off. Yeah, I think they approach this hill nearby. The fly would have been a recent cast towards your point, and so I will allow you. Did it mention a roll, or does it just fail auto?
You can use a reaction when you see a creature within range casting a spell to present your holy symbol and interrupt it. A spell has no effect. There's no roll.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah. So they can't fly?
I will put this to a roll because I don't want to just drop them all out of the air. Give me an Arcana check, and we're going to say increments of 5. You drop that many power from a unit. So as Alita carries 3 acolytes in front of her, the majority is you could potentially drop them all with a 20 here.
Yeah, I think the reaction is natural and parable in seeing a want to protect a wish, and he reaches out with his silver hand in effort. That's a nat 20, bitch.
Really? Oh my God.
And I use my arcane die.
Oh my God, that feels so
24.
good. Please fill in the blanks a little bit here as I will describe Alita Dario whips past you all as if a bitchy girl from Harry Potter. The energy is just so wildly smug as she is going to approach her destiny, and these face flapping idiot acolytes in front of her. Yes, you see them just like they're not having a good time. They were told that like this was a big moment. They are doing an important role in duty, and they are a windshield as she flies straight up. What does it look like as Parable reaches out a hand and says, "No, not that wish."
In the same way when you see something really far away and you squint your eyes and you pinch it between your fingers, I look up and I just wipe them from the sky to the side as if I'm smearing a painting. And it's, again, a natural motion. And I think it's a little sassy. Like
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Exactly. With a little wrist flick in the silvery hand.
Absolutely. You're reminded of the time that you, through Igor's memories, saw Scotty eject a bunch of Starcallers with just a flick of the hand, and as a Dominari, you do the same and dispel their flight as they drop from the sky. I'm going to say that they'll have to waste their next turn casting fly on themselves.
Oh, nice job.
Yeah.
To get back up.
Oh, so cool to use a new reaction and it to
That's
work out
great.
in a cool new setting. Thank you for that.
That is awesome. And that wish is obviously not captured, but the unit behind them looks down, seeing both Igor falter from behind, likely their commanding officer.
Did that affect their morale? I think it should.
DM eye rolls.
Yes, I fully believe it should. I think, with a nat 20, give me a roll on a d20, 10 and above, it's 2 points of morale. Otherwise, it's 1.
4.
1 point of morale still hurts bad. It's also a morale point off for the Aelin Solari Lantern class that follow up behind them.
Cool.
So both are feeling, and they are much closer to breaking already.
The Oath of the Wish Drinker.
Is Esther at the lantern?
Esther is with that back row. As Esther seems to see Igor dropping back, she looks like she's going to hesitate. Sav, what do you think Esther's doing as she flies with the 2 other lantern acolytes that fly by her side?
I think she is so focused on observing her opponents or other people's reactions that she's a little unsteady in her flight.
Interesting.
Not looking where she's going.
Give me a Arcana, Religion, or we could just do raw persuasion, but I'm thinking Cassie relying upon her mental connection that she made with Esther long ago.
That is a 17 Arcana.
17, I think, is enough to make Esther falter here. And you see something just doesn't look exactly right as she too drops back. I'll roll.
You guys were doing great.
This is amazing.
Knock on something.
You see Esther makes a show in the sky of swooping back around to check in with Igor as if she's concerned, but the other 2 shake their heads as if they are both forsaking their duty, and this is the most holy vow that they're allowed. And these 2 Lantern Aelin Solari will go for 2 star catching attacks. That's cocked. And just one of those will succeed as they bring down with them one of these living wishes. You can see that they reach out as if they are both feeling magnetism between their hands. And as they reach out, you can see these like void-like cufflinks that form around this living wish, which oddly springs to humanoid form as they move to grasp at it. It's as if like as soon as they go to interact with it, it tries to take shape to defend itself and cannot, and they capture it. I think I'm going to say, I want you all 3 to roll me a check here. This is going to be a group luck check. I'm going to say if all of you succeed over 10.
Not 1.
Oh,
10.
I got a 17. Can I use a luck point for? I can't for checks. I think.
Inspiration. I have inspiration.
Okay, using your inspiration, let's see it. This will specifically allow for Esther and Igor to fully drop out of the fight.
16.
Yes! Yeah, so
You can take this inspiration token back. Take it back. I don't want to see it.
Good
Thank you.
job.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Amazing.
But it's gone now, guys.
Great stuff.
It's okay, it's worth
Mechanically, you fully drop the lantern unit's power by 2 because Esther and Igor both drop out.
You got it, guys.
For good?
Yeah, I think foreseeably for this battle's going fast. These are sparse moments that people are able to catch. I should mention that there is a sliver of a star that stands still that is still bathing the world in a purple light. Your domain that you've created within the valley seems to subdue that light, but for a moment, that violet sliver of star bathed the world. And now what you see above you is a purple gash that seems almost more ripped through reality. It is hard to look up at the sky and actually hold confidence that it is a sky. It is looking so alien at this point that the stars themselves seem like tears in reality, as it seems like the simulation is falling apart a little bit.
Oh, it is a simulation.
God,
Wait, you're telling me this is not real?
Fuck off. Back
This
to
isn't
it.
happening?
That is going to be next up. Savannah and Cassie.
All right. On Savannah's turn, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm acting as Savannah for a unit and then also will act as Cass as an individual.
Correct, in whichever
Cool.
order you'd prefer.
Okay. I think first I will act as Cass, actually. I would like to use Atalanta's Wand of Wonder.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. What are you doing with that?
Cool. So this wand, sort of depending on what I roll on a D100, has 7 different options of spells it might cast. It's early in the battle, and I'm feeling like I just want to start out on a chaotic foot for Cassie. So we're going to roll a D100.
Let's see it. What?
What's going to happen?
What is that face?
A cloud of 600 oversized butterflies fills a 60-foot high, 30-foot radius cylinder centered on a chosen point of origin. They remain for 10 minutes, during which time the area of effect is heavily obscured.
You hear...
Butterfly.
Who are you going for? Because whoever you're going for, you hear someone in your mind say, whole damn world's falling apart. I remember when butterflies used to be around and all over the place. Someone just like wishing in their mind for like the old days when nature was...
Wow. That's what
nature
happened with
surrounded
fireflies this season. I
That
just
is
will
what
have you know.
happened with them.
Mhm.
Instead of going for someone, I'm going to go for a tight cluster of falling wishes.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. So what are you hoping to do here?
Because it becomes heavily obscured terrain, I'm hoping to potentially put everyone at a disadvantage if they go to collect any of the stars that are affected.
Very cool. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Would that be allowed?
Yes, I would put anyone at disadvantage. In terms of movement or position, do you want to put it between or to the east to the Starwatch Tower folks or to the west to the Starcallers?
Looks like there's a cluster sort of right in front of where our group is, where
Yeah.
there's a group coming in from the left and from the right.
Totally.
And then there's also this cluster of living wishes right in the center. And I think I'm going to cast it on that area
Fantastic.
Amazing.
and hope that we can preserve them for us or keep them accessible. It's a 60-foot high, 30-foot radius cylinder.
Awesome.
Damn.
5 living wishes
Are obscured,
are
which I'm
obscured,
also
yes.
liking because, again, basing things off of one group coming in from the left and one group coming in for the right, it sort of doesn't allow them to.
You do cut off their interaction together, as they can probably only assume that this is just wish chaos, as suddenly butterflies are everywhere flapping in front of them, and it's as if like a wall has sprung up in front of them.
Parable remembers a book that he read in the book well, and he just looks up and he says, "When butterflies flap their wings."
You worry for the other side of the world and the hurricanes that might be produced by this, but for now, this is exactly what you need here.
For Savandria's action,
Yes.
I'm sort of curious how this works. Could I say that I'd like us to approach this nearest living wish, and
Yes.
all 3 of us, Savandria, Raya, and I, each get a D6 to roll?
Well, so Safandra's power is 5, so you actually get 5 D6s
Okay.
to roll. You can flavor
Right.
that however you want,
Okay.
and you guys kind of interacting together, but you'll need a 5 on the die to capture a living wish. You can sacrifice one of those attacks to lower that DC, but you'll need to state that before the roll.
Got it.
Yep.
I'm just going to go straight.
Cool.
I'm going to
Awesome.
do 5 rolls,
Hope for a 5 or a
hope
6.
for a 5 or a 6. I also have a prophecy die.
That's for more for ability checks or...
Right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm going to.
Oh, interesting. I'm actually going to allow you to substitute one of those D6s for a D8 because I think statistically that
Cool.
should come out in your benefit because you have more than half of the option.
I think so,
Anything
and
above a 5 being successful on the D8.
And that benefit is coming from Raya's blessing
correct.
over the situation. Okay. So I've got 4 D6s and
1 D8.
1 D8, and I'm hoping to get all 6s or higher. All right, here we go. 1 5. Everything else is below a 5.
One cluster of wishes is able to be captured. The other are difficult to truly catch because they start to turn to butterflies too. And they are very difficult to catch throughout because they just look like they are reflecting and refracting the joy of that life as they are all blank slates and just learning as they fall even.
Before this turn is over, I would like to make sure I have some eye contact with my allies to let them know that the butterflies are from me.
Absolutely. Cool.
And that I'm hoping to protect a group of living wishes.
It'd be
Very
funny if we see Cass pull out her wand and Zen's kind of like
Flinching.
What's gonna happen? Yeah, and they're just like,
This would be so fun to animate.
You see as Chorus, Lemillion, and Volano head out to be the ground crew, Chorus kind of ducks as Cassie pulls out the wand.
Oh, not again.
Oh God.
Butterfly.
Give me an Arcana or Nature check, Cassie, here, as you cast a wish in a way that you guys have come to know it. There seem to be multiple ways that you can cast a wish, and there seem to be some ways that are kind of considered cheap by the universe. That's my word, but like Raya casting wishes is almost too easy and causes a lot of exhaust fumes, right? But you guys with like this wand have figured out ways to weave it into new and helpful energies.
It's a 29 Arcana.
With a 29 Arcana, you could draw this in a diagram similar to how a really talented pilot might be able to fly a plane and with their knowledge of aerodynamics perfectly like draw out how the airflow goes around the flight, gives it updraft, etc. You know how this wand used you and your spellcasting circuitry and your channels to essentially draw wish stress from the environment. And you can tell that that's something that the wand would not have been able to do without you. You give it a naturalized version of wish energy to cast out into the world.
It's called Hope.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, it is. Not wishes, but hope. And they are still meant to be actualized upon the world. And your hopes are many a flutter today.
Little hopes.
600 a flutter.
Little hopes.
That's 1,200 wings.
And with that, next up is Parable.
All right, Glimmer.
Guaymo.
You're gonna do something fucking crazy.
Guaymo. Gui fucking mo.
Gui fucking mo.
You're teaching him.
What is my movement speed if I moved within 60 feet of the Starwatch monks?
Within 60 feet, I would say that they are kind of swooping into pretty near that range already. So even as you move to take off, they start within 60 feet of you. You could swoop in closer, but as you fly up, do you join like Saphondria and Raya's area, but between them and Starwatch?
Yeah, so I fly with Glimmer. I'm like, all right, Glimmer, let's get as close as we can to your mom.
Guaymo. You entered the edge of the butterfly area that has been so perfectly cast by Cassie.
Awesome. And I am going to close my eyes as we're flying and look off towards the right, seeing that we've already kind of dismantled a lot on the Starcallers and the Aelin Solari coming in. I reach into my pocket and I hold a Tem, and I am going to, in the other hand, open the good book to the page of the Guardian, and I'm going to think of a Tem as much as I can, and I'm going to cast Guardian of Faith.
Oh, fuck off. I was so going to say, yo, by the way, don't unstopper the bottle. That's not the best idea because the Tem's still growing, but the fact that you just put your other hand on the Guardian of Faith spell.
Yeah, the page that I have.
The coolest shit ever. As a Tem, you feel his essence start to, at first weakly, shake in the bottle as if it wants to be released. You unstopper it, and even then it's just these ebbings of silver and violet mist, just energies that you can feel intention from
hand to hand and into the silver hand on the page.
From the energies that wreathe the hand that touches your good book and the Guardian of Faith spell and the hand that holds that bottle and a Tem's essence. What does it look like as you invigorate a Tem with enough breath to be once once more.
I think Parable takes a moment and breathes, holds some origin of self as he's climbing into this amazing moment, and he thinks of the butterflies. He thinks of metamorphosis. He thinks of change and continuing. He looks out at Glimmer, who's going to grow so big, like his mom, and he just wants to be bigger and to protect his friends in this moment. And so he's going to channel as much as he can a connection between the lamp or the bottle that holds a Tem and his hand on the page. And he's going to say, I still walk it. I will walk it. And just hold on to his oath and think of hope.
You hear a Tem's voice say, you walk it even now, as he is released. And to give me the details on Guardian of Faith.
A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space that you see within range. The guardian occupies that space and is invulnerable.
Fucking so cool.
And it appears in a form appropriate for your deity or pantheon. Any enemy that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there makes a dexterity saving throw, taking 20 radiant damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. The guardian vanishes when it is dealt a total of 60 damage.
Dang.
Awesome. Okay.
What does vanishing mean in a Tem's case?
I think
Return to the bottom.
Yeah, I think,
Cool.
yeah.
That's amazing.
This is such cool flavor, dude.
Brilliant.
Honestly, I was thinking about this earlier and I was like, I'm so excited but nervous to do this. So it almost came off a little awkward, but I think it's good for Parable because I think this would be an awkward moment of vulnerability and being a conduit for something greater than him and holding on to the hope of himself. I feel like he would almost experience a Tem in a weird way as he passed through into the book. And then when he expands, I think we've gotten a description of a Tem, but I think a much more fierce.
You've returned a Tem to his prime because when Zin met him long ago and in Igor's memories, you remember a Tem as a powerful but waning creature, one who limited what they did on a day-to-day basis because they were fearful of disappearing. Here and now, you give a Tem his proper form, an invulnerable one. As a noble Jinn, he is one who went to the center of elemental chaos and held it with such will as to give the material plane better shape. Though he was not to shape the world as a god would, he was the one that allowed the elements structure enough to exist. He did it with several other noble Jinn who have since disappeared in this world. And now, as you give him proper form, you feel something about the world in its entirety shift, as if the north wind was missing, as if the eastern wind was missing, as if something was missing, and here and now it's put into place, and Atem, Nefes, Mamoon, breath of luck, and once the wielder of the favor of wind and flame, now the wielder of only luck, stands at your side. Where do you place him?
I'm imagining him as huge at first, like
oh yeah, fucking massive.
Yeah, golden radiance, but coming off as like smoky wisps of light around him, and then like a silvering core, and those silver sands still playing around at the base of him. And I am going to place him as far as I can to the cluster to our right.
Fantastic. So placing him upon the Starwatch Tower hand and monks, they will not fucking see this coming as Atem in all of his glory is he's got a golden sheen, but his base is still violet and silver of a noble Jinn, as if cut from marble, he appears with such strength and presence that he again sets something right about the world.
I'm honestly seeing like if someone carved a marble statue and forgot to do the face, but it's just two glowing dots, and you see a void when he speaks.
You do lose out a little bit on the detail of his face, for he cannot fully manifest himself upon the world with his own power. He does say, "Thank you, young Demijin. I appreciate a chance to." You feel him flex, and it's more the world that warps around him than the strength of his muscles, but those two do ripple with silver and violet energies as he says, "It feels right to wield." Kind of does a bodybuilder pose. Strength once more.
Lightning bolts. Yeah, I think I do see two tiny little creatures swirling around him. There's an energy in parable that suddenly surges through him, and he says, "By our last breath," and he whips the book like a frisbee towards the cluster of Starwatch monks and the stars to get hopefully them already in the radius as this like genie surfs this book and grows large and becomes as intimidating as possible in the midst of this group.
Even with like a 20-foot radius, you could catch them all. So
I'm gonna need you to roll for morale.
What's the size of this thing?
Large is a large spectral guardian. So,
okay, so
as big as I can let it be in this RP moment.
Okay, so large creature is 10 by 10 feet. So that is still quite a bit of the group here. Because it is a tight formation with the tower hands flying ahead, and you can see all of them wield. This is the first time that you guys have seen, other than Volano, these tower hands and sages in action, and they wield the energy of stars much more elegantly than Volano. There is a level of prowess about them as they essentially...
It's pretentious.
You see the monks are flying, not of their own accord, but similar to the Starcallers, have Pulsar Zen, a sage amongst them, as well as two other sages that have cast fly on all of them. But the tower hands seem prepared for like ranged energies to come at them and to return them. They're all like warping the air in a way that seems geared to return ranged attacks. It cannot return. Just a Tem appearing within their midst.
Just an evil.
Oh my gosh, so cool.
What's the damage stuff going on for it?
They have to take a dexterity saving throw or take 20 radiant damage or half on a fail.
Fuck. Okay, so I will do a save per unit.
The save is going to be 16.
Damn. Okay. A Tem lets out his vengeance. I'm going to be making some saves. The tower hands, of which units there are 2, and the tower sages there is 1 unit of.
What are their names?
Oh shit.
What are their social security numbers?
Their names are Tarek Devario, Deneth Straight, Claude
Ptolemy.
Stark.
Oh.
Last one. Claude Ptolemy.
There's 2 Claudes.
There's 2 Claudes.
Yep, one of them is your dad.
Yeah, I gathered that, but I'm more.
Your dad's here?
Your dad?
Yeah, from Starwatch.
He's Starwatch. Fuck.
Well, I didn't actually think he'd show up. I really thought my dad was going to be here.
Neither did
Your dad
I.
being here? Curveball.
2 Claudes being here? What are the odds? I mean,
Never tell me the odds.
all right. Well,
All right, so yes, you can see he's actually, your father's actually in the back as one of the additional sages. I was going to ask for a perception check, but
I used my
just,
eyes. I used my sight of the eagle from.
yes, your passive perception with your sight of the eagle is able to spot your father, and you can see he seems to be similar to Igor and Esther, reluctantly flying in the back.
No one wants to be here.
Cassie is sitting on a dragon with what looks like his wife. I'm going to need you to roll for morale.
What she said.
Let me get through these fucking saves.
You think you're in charge here, Rob?
We're off the rails. The genie appears and we're off the rails.
That is a 14 for the sages.
Oh.
So
Wait.
and that is a 6 for the tower hand 1 unit and a 18 to save on the last unit. So the first 2 fail and the third succeeds. So you have 2 of these units that are immediately dropped with 20 points of radiant damage, correct?
Yeah.
So with that, you basically have these units dropped by a full point of power. So Cassie, roll luck check. 10 or below, it's your dad that gets taken out and dropped out of the sky.
18.
18, your dad is not the one to be struck, as the other tower sage is knocked out of the fight by a Tem, as well as one of the tower hands. And so just 3 tower hands protect 2 sages now as Atem lays out amongst them all.
Incredible.
I will continue to be that guy, but can Claude roll perception to see if he can see Raya on Sephi's back? Because it looks like his wife.
And it is his
Oh,
daughter.
That is like
I mean,
really
Fuck
significant.
off.
he doesn't know I'm a wishmaker.
Holy shit, Maya.
Like this might be like
He might change his mind.
This is going to be another box of doom. I'll roll this one. We are going to say, this is going to be a luck check. We're not going to do perception,
Fair.
but we will say 10 or above. And Claude Ptolemy sees the visage of his dead wife accompanied by his estranged daughter upon wish dragonback.
That'll throw him for a loop.
Fucking love this
Wow.
campaign.
Oh,
I'm so
wow.
glad he lived.
That is an 11.
Oh.
He sees them?
He sees them and he immediately leaves formation and flies right for you.
That's telling.
For me, for Cassie.
For you and for what he sees. You see shock on his face, elation, you see confusion, you see glee, you see so many emotions that he cannot put together, but he knows that he must find out the truth as he leaves from his formation. I'm going to give Pulsar Zen, his master sage, an opportunity attack as he leaves formation.
I mean, that's fair. He's going AWOL.
It's +6 here with a 9 on the die. A 15 will just hit. 14 damage, which is not enough to drop him, but comes very close as he escapes with just a bit of his life left, as he does have enough movement to reach you.
Into the butterflies.
Into the butterflies, he tries, and because he can just barely see Raya and Cassie on the edge of it as they kind of like disappear into the edge. It's like a psychedelic experience as he chooses to face the thing that he fears, which is, of course, a confrontation with his daughter, actually seeing his wife once more. And as he arrives, is there anything that you do, Cassie, to preempt whatever is about to come out of this shocked man's mouth? Because he does arrive flying upon his own power.
Cassie says, I'll deal with you later, and turns a cheek.
Honey, I didn't realize that you'd
I can't hear him anymore. We've
taken
moved.
on such big problems as you, I imagine, like kind of walk past him as he's just like, I didn't realize that you were...
You don't know me. I'm busy. I'll deal with you later.
How did you bring her back? I just need to know, how did you bring her back? Raya's just kind of looking confused and like unsure in this moment and not wanting really to confirm anything for this man, Claude Ptolemy, who she doesn't know as a husband. Whatever he's picturing is not something that she can... She doesn't feel, I think she feels so incredibly put on the spot.
She
here.
cannot smell whatever's happening.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, and also
she
probably
cannot
so
smell the voice
awkward.
of whatever's
Yeah.
happening. Yeah, for sure.
Cassie says, Mom sent her to me because she believes in this cause. What did she send you?
What do you mean that's not your... Oh, that's... It's just like my dreams.
Sad.
He's
man.
pathetic. Yeah, this is
All
so
right.
sad.
Do I get a bonus action?
yeah. I think your action was the Guardian of Faith, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. And then I want to...
You also still get to command Glimmer.
Awesome. Aura of Domain. Whenever a hostile creature, which technically Claude Ptolemy is, ends its turn within 10 feet of you while concentrating on a spell, it must succeed on a con saving throw against your paladin spell DC or lose concentration on the spell.
So cool as Claude comes up and Parable as you see...
I do another wrist flick.
You see that Cassie does not want to deal with this right now. You do a little wrist flick.
I give her eyes and I do like a little eyebrow if you want me to do so. And I do another little wrist flick.
Put him in timeout. Just put him in timeout.
I pinch his little head
Sit
and I
his
put him
ass
on the
down.
ground.
So fucking funny. I'm going to roll this here. That will be DC 16 again. Con save, right?
Con save, yeah.
Cool. So with a con of +0 here, just flat. That is an 11 on the die and will not save as Cassie, you say, I'll deal with you later. And Parable flips his hand. Claude like starts to fall towards the ground.
At very low health.
I mean, Parable hadn't even taken off yet, so the height above whatever elevation point you guys are at is arguable. I'm gonna roll a luck check. If it's 5 or lower, it's horrendous. With a 9, it's bad, but it's not too bad. I'll give him a D4 of damage. Actually, full D6 of damage because he falls from 10 feet. Oh my God, with 6 on the die, he has 1 hit point left, y'all. This man is doing his fucking best, but he falls to the ground and he says, okay, you go be great. You go be great. And you remember him so many times. You and your mom would leave out the door to go do astral elf crazy shit. And he would say, you guys go be great.
Well, don't. You're giving me whiplash.
All right. So, as my bonus action, I am going to cast Spirit Shroud. And I'm going to call for spirits of the dead, which fit around you for the spell's duration. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable, and I'd like them to kind of join a tem. Until the spell ends, any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. Any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. In addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 until the start of your next turn.
As the shroud wraps around you, what does it look like as you wreathe yourself in your Demi-Djinn nature?
I'm imagining 2 creatures from my past in a desert.
So fucking great. If you haven't listened to Sands of Favor, now is a good time to stop and go do that because I can fully picture those 2 guys.
The only reason why I casted the spell. Suddenly I feel a presence on each shoulder, I think.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, wow. It's been a long time.
Not long enough.
Oh my God, there's so many people here.
You feel your shoulder crack as one of them cracks into your shoulder.
So many soft parts.
I'm kind of immediately regretting my decision, but it's nice to see you both.
It's cold here.
I missed you guys.
Miss you. It's too cold for me.
Oh, good. As you are shrouded in spirits, it is time to fight. Do you have any commands for Glimmer? You could at the very least send him towards a living wish. He's got a power of 2, so that's 2 attacks. You could send at another unit or make 2 attempts for a living wish.
I think Glimmer is riled up and gonna attack the rest of the Starwatch monks.
Oh boy!
You see Glimmer zeroes in on one of the tower hands and will go for a couple attacks. You want to roll those? That is going to be a +4 to these hits.
Awesome.
And then at the end of this, they'll make a D6 roll for contested.
Awesome. Then an 18 on the die.
18 will hit with the first attack, and you have 2 attacks with the power of 2, having given Glimmer a little bit of motivation.
That's a 17 on the die.
Awesome. You will hit with both of these attacks, which is exactly what you needed to do to reduce an enemy unit with 20 damage. You fully drop the power of the unit that you're attacking. So flavor it however you want, but you take out one tower hand monk as you catch them unawares, and young Glimmer takes out his first opponent in aerial combat.
Yay!
I think Glimmer goes to breathe fire and then burps and shakes his head and then breathes some golden fucking fire.
Awesome. So sick. Yes, absolutely.
And for the flavor of RP, we don't have to add any damage, but I imagine Nyx and Moore joining the fight and beating the shit out of one of the monks with little fists and wings.
Numbers wise, you have fully routed one full half of the monks, i.e. one full unit of these monks. So as you contest against the unit remaining, give me a D6 roll and I will roll opposed to that.
It's a 3.
That is a 5 over here.
We won in heart and spirit.
+1 to allies rolls and engage, +1 if adjacent to
Adjacent
glue.
allies reroll failed contest once per round if you're near me.
Oh yeah, what does adjacent mean?
Are you adjacent?
I believe Parable has departed slightly to engage with the Starwatch monks, but I think Saphondria might have something else.
Once per battle.
That's fair.
I can reverse any contest result once per battle. I mean, I guess who else are we going to use it on? Let's do it.
Adelante not here yet, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, never mind. Hold it.
We'll save reality bending roar. That's the reverse contest result once per battle. So we'll hang on to that.
Cool. Yeah, I think then, it just looks like Nyx and Moore joining the fight in their own ways, dive bombing and burning in their wonderful personalities.
Awesome. You are feeling elation as you are like intertwining with these spirits of flame and wind, which are also a part of your nature, and feeling more like yourself than you have in all of your memorable life. But something shakes you out of that as one of the monks hits home on Glimmer, and you hear a cry of pain as Glimmer takes a true strike to the side, and his power is fully reduced by 1.
Glimmer, no,
Your power goes from 2 to 1. Zin, that is you next.
Okay, so first, before Zin does anything, she'll go, wait! And she'll run over to Team Pavilion and take her broom off her back and hand it to Dapple and just say, in an emergency, say flit. I know, I'm working on it. I'm workshopping it. Say flit and hold on for dear life.
Awesome.
Aww.
I love this. I love that.
I believe in you guys. And then she's going to kind of like caress the side of Papaya's face and do Gaze of Two Minds to stay in contact with them.
Awesome.
So yes, we have Zin as HQ.
Air traffic control confirmed.
Yes. And then Zin is going to look at Akuma and say, okay, Akuma, I know it caught me off guard last time, but I'm ready this time. I'm prepared. I'm going to need my big smoky guy.
I was thinking about how, when I was kind of flying through the sky earlier and I blinded you with my immense amount of power and flame. Pretty cool, but I could have listened.
Yeah, but I can also close my eyes and now I know. So
now we're really figuring it out.
We're figuring it out. We're better. We got this. So, okay. And I imagine it as like, Zin's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And she'll like shatter her charm.
Awesome. Because you had multiple uses for that. Awesome.
So I'm using my second of 3. I imagine this is like Akuma's been on her horn. So she'll say like 1, 2, 3. And I imagine him like absorbing through her horn. And then she kind of just like chests out and like the nightmare comes out of her chest as like a smoky,
like your body becomes wreathed in flame as you become like a portal to hell yourself as a flaming steed with a flaming mane.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Appears in front of you.
That's my big smoky guy. I really hope that Igor and Esther give me a minute to explain myself because I know what this looks like.
Let him think it.
I know. So now Akuma will go.
Awesome. Very cool.
90 feet of fly.
So sick. Yeah, very easily able to keep up with you and Gloom as Gloom. And I'll even allow you to flavor this as if like Akuma mods out Gloom in like spirit fashion. You're riding one massive mount as Akuma like is that smoky cloud around you, like almost protecting Gloom like armor, but still in the lupine steed form that you prefer.
And like the smoke trails go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we're flying around.
You see Gloom like kind of like smiling to itself like this is on fucking point.
Can I get a morale? A point of morale?
I'll give Gloom a point of morale for that. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, boys. Okay, so this is great. Now I'm gonna just do my unit stuff. And I'm gonna go for a living wish.
Awesome. Gloom also has a power of 2, i.e. 2 attempts for a living wish.
So if I go for the living wishes within the butterfly, do I still have disadvantage and such to capture?
I'm going to say only the enemies have disadvantage. This is all wish shit. That. Yeah, it's obscured.
Abracadabra.
They split for you like a part. Oh, butterflies are awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel like a dark fairy queen as you ride upon Akuma imbued upon Glim.
This is hot.
It's amazing. It really is.
Big smoky guy.
Big smoky guy.
Love it. Butterflies. I was a butterfly once.
Always for the great Akuma.
Zin, you're so hot.
I know, it's really sweaty. I don't know what's happening. I'm still not used to the feeling. So 2d6?
Yes, and just accept it, girl. We're hot.
Absolutely smoking. Okay, 2d6. 5 or 6? None. So that's okay.
Who are you by? Are you adjacent to Glimmer?
Yes.
I would say so.
+1.
So I get 1.
Oh, fantastic. You had a 4 on the die?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. So +1 to that capture attempt, and you.
Nice, good call. Good call. Good call.
What is the flavor here? Do you guys think as Glimmer and Gloom just look to one another, and you see some sort of energies pass between anything else on top of that?
Yeah, Glimmer got hurt. So
I was gonna say.
I think both Saffandria and Gloom like wince, but Gloom being so close.
Like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
But in the first moment of adulthood, you see Gloom start to fly towards Glimmer, but Glimmer, although hurt, looks up and says, like, no, I got this. And you can see in the posture, Glimmer turns back as if like a boxer having just taken one across the jaw and just says, I'm back for more. And Gloom knows as well that he should stay upon his job and helps you and aids you towards the living wishes, capturing one and bringing you more power and safety for the great wishing to come. Fan-fucking-tastic turn. Anything else?
No, but Zin is thinking a little spitefully about Lita Domino.
Lita Domino.
That the only reason she's here is because Zin killed Aris.
Oh yeah, fucking
And she's
for
like,
sure.
Like she doesn't know it, but Zin is like bolstered by the fact that Lita's only here because she killed
I
Aris.
basically gave you that job.
Yeah, like you're like I'm your boss. Like I don't get like you're my employee. Now. I don't know what to tell you.
That is how
Talk to HR.
corporations should work.
Lito Dorito.
Okay.
Amazing.
Oh my god. That is next up. The Tower Hands unit that is left and is still engaged actively with Glimmer and will put both attacks into just attacking at Glimmer.
Also, Akuma goes after me in initiative.
Oh,
as a nightmare.
Okay. Awesome. What would you let me back up as those Tower Hands don't get to do anything quite yet?
This is a question: could he serve as his own unit?
I think actually as a unit, Akuma in this form would have a power of 2. I'm going to give you two hoof attacks.
Okay, well, one of them is a nat 1, so
Oof.
never mind. But this one is 18.
18 will hit.
Cool. 17 bludgeoning.
Damn.
8 fire.
You fully decimate half of this unit and drop this unit by 1 full power. So you fully take out one of the monks.
One of them?
Yeah.
Okay, incredible. Zin, as that happens, it's happening again. And she gets 12 temp hit points.
oh my god, yeah.
That is awesome.
She's a sponge. Get a space sponge. She's a sponge in space.
Fucking funny. Oh my god.
I'm never gonna get used to this.
That's incredible.
You see as Akuma basically just like incinerates him with his mere presence. It's Gloom, I think, for flavor, like uses Akuma to do an ultra dragon breath. It like takes out one of the Tower Hands completely. And as the ash begins to fall to the earth, you soak it up into your very being and essence, and your spellcasting craves that as you feel invigorated.
I think Glimmer licks you.
Too fucking cute. As Pulsar Zen has not much around him, and the Tower Hands only have a power of 1 as they move to attack.
If they start their turn in the Judy circle, they have to
right
take
off.
They have to do a dexterity saving throw. A Tem is about to fuck them up.
They do. That is a 7 on the die.
Nope, they fail.
Boom. Awesome. That's 20 straight damage, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. That is a fully decimated another half of that squad. So i.e. the other Tower Hand, the last remaining monk, and it's just Pulsar Zen who remains to make this save.
In front of a Tem who just wiped out with a devil or a hellhound.
And Zin, again, takes 12 temp HP. It's like, I'm really taking composting to the next level.
Fucking fuck. And you see Pulsar Zen looks around and he says, this isn't what the prophetic books said. This isn't what the Sibyllin books told us would happen. They said that we would arrive and we would be greeted by heroes.
Tem says, the only thing you can believe in is luck.
Did we fuck up? The doubt that Maya and I just looked at each other with like, oops. He's got to be crazy.
I think Tem looks down and says, the prophecy is true. It's just the problem that you're the villain. And slams his hands down upon Pulsar Zen as he looks around, kind of dazed-eyed. He looks off into the distance and says, "Is that half-wit, half-elf girl over there?" Oof. As he points to Cassie, that will be 20 damage, hurts and drops his power, but Pulsar Zen is a legendary solo unit himself, so he's got a little bit of left in him, but not fucking much.
I can't wait to drink your life, my guy. I can't wait. I'm staying near this guy.
Oh my god. Okay, that is...
Half wit, half elf.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
my fucking friend.
You motherfucker.
That is Atalanta up next, who
classic.
you
Classic.
just see below having a conversation with a giant eagle. She's trying to find a method of flight right now to join the sky, but she is unable to animal handling this giant eagle into helping her out.
Zin, through her bond with Gaze of Two Minds to Papaya, is sending like hide the broom vibes.
I'm going to give her a survival check to try to track Papaya now.
I shouldn't have said anything, but
No, you
would
shouldn't
have
have,
thought
but
of
I
it
loved
eventually.
it. With a 17 versus Papaya's 18.
Oh, yeah.
I love that shit. Papaya definitely has stealth enough to
He's in his
match
element. He's in his
Atalanta
place.
survival. And yes, they hold off for a bit as Atalanta plays a merry-go chase, chasing her broom and or a giant eagle to give her flight. Okay. That is back to the top of the order with Esther and Igor are still, I think, out of the fight. Like you see them discussing amongst themselves.
Esther, why are we even doing this anymore?
We're just taking orders, Igor.
I know, but
We're doing what they said.
is it? I think that's Zid over there.
No, it can't be Zen.
I swear, I saw it. And
It can't be Zen.
Lita from down on the ground says, "You two idiots, get back up there. You know, for the good of our domain, we must find all the stars we can and bring them home."
I think I finally turned to Lita. Lita,
Fun.
shut up.
Oh, your family will have you.
Sorry for my language, Esther.
It was great.
As she looks up and she says, "I'll be telling Commander Pending." That is going to be the lantern units that are still in the sky, as Alita will join next, but cast fly on them now down below and joins the air. But the Solari lantern class have a power of 2, go for 2 living wish. With a 6 on the die, they do successfully pull in 1 living wish. So this time they are successful.
Are Igor and Esther on this initiative?
Yes.
Could we possibly roll to see if they'd intervene?
I will say, yeah. Give me you two,
Lita Burrita.
Mr. Igor, Mr. Esther. You guys give me, we'll say, wisdom saves +4 to each of these.
Ooh.
DC is 18.
14 on the die.
Fuck off.
12.
Esther is just hesitating here, but Igor realizes that it is not the time to hesitate any longer, as both of you have been beaten down to the point where you've been having to take orders, and now Igor acts. I will give Igor an attack before the lantern class Solari are able to move.
It's got to be because Esther doesn't think Zen's alive.
Mhm.
So there's no way
Yeah,
it could be Zen
totally.
because
Yeah.
she thinks she
It's a trick.
did something and got Zen killed.
I have to believe, Esther. I have to go. I know what I saw.
You're crazy.
Maybe, but
Good luck out there.
And also, you kept the voice for 10 years?
look,
No puberty?
I love it. I love
It
it.
is a part of me. It is not anything to do with my age. This is how I talk.
I'm into it.
Fantastic.
Already argue with you.
So Igor, as you see Zen down below and move to strike, give me 2 attacks here to try to stop the Aelin Solari.
That's a 9 and a 3.
Unfortunately, not enough, as Igor has entered the fray, but the Starcallers have successfully pulled a Living Wish down with them, and I think there might be a good place to end our session, as we have a massive scramble amidst the air occurring. You have turned many an ally to your side and set this event in motion, but the chips will fall next session.
And the unit scores are currently good guys, i.e. us, have 2 living wishes. Bad guys, i.e. the other guys, only have one. And we basically destroyed the tower hands. So
pretty much most people are dead.
Yeah.
So
Zin's keeping track in her notes as we're doing this.
well, she has to pay homage like to the people she's absorbing somehow. She's like, I just need to know what's going on.
To take to your PCP.
Yeah.
You'd be like, just in case anything goes wonky with my blood work.
well, is there anything that you guys want to squeeze in before I say my stuff here?
Might just be worth calling out where people can learn more about some of the names they might not be familiar with from
Oh
this.
yeah, lots
episode?
of names mentioned throughout. You had Atalanta from the Gauntlet of Chance mentioned throughout, as well as some familiar names like Igor and Esther from the Rave of Wonder flashback, as well as Nyx and Moore, who were present in the Sands of Favor flashback. But thank you very much for listening to this fantastic and thrilling episode of Wish Hunter. And this has been a bite-sized, dice-rolled, twice-told story told by yours truly, Robert Whitehead, and brought to life by my players, G, Mai, and Sav. To post about the show, use hashtag DiceSized. That's DICESIZED. For more like this, find us on Instagram or follow us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/DiceSized.
Dice-sized.